All right, folks. We got more news out of Royal Caribbean. Holland America starting something new. Yesterday I was saying that I would like to know more information about the new MSC pier. Well, we got what we asked for. All this coming up next. Well, howdy there, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time viewing, welcome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on so every time I post new content, which is almost daily, that you'll be notified of the new content. So first off, I want to do a story. It's kind of like a thing that makes you go, Kind of goes along with the story from yesterday. It does tie in. It's another Oasis class ship doing 3 and 4 day cruises, which you know how I feel about that. I just feel it's too big for that length of time. But the Allure of the Sea has been repositioned to Miami because Utopia of the Sea is now in Port Canaveral, which is the Allure's former home. The Allure of the Sea will be doing a 7-day cruise out of Miami for the Eastern Caribbean, which will include Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic, Nassau, and Perfect Day at Coco Cay. So obviously 4 sea days, which is awesome. I love sea days. Y'all seen past videos. If y'all haven't, if you're new here, go watch my past videos. You'll find out a whole lot about Uncle Randy. One thing is, I love sea days. I will never complain if a port is canceled. I might grumble a little bit if I haven't been there, but never complain because I love sea days. I'm one of those people who love sea days. I love inside cabins, and I love Princess. So that's pretty much me in a nutshell. If you ever want to know about me in a nutshell, it's me in a nutshell. Anyways, so then from there, it's going to do 3 and 4 day cruises. It's going to be taking over the Freedom of the Sea schedule. And it's going to do 3 and 4 days to Nassau and Perfect Day at Coco Cay, with the 4-day cruise adding in 1 extra sea day, which I think is pretty awesome. The Allure of the Sea is only temporarily going to be in Miami, as in February of 2025, it will reposition to Spain, where it will do its summer deployment in the Western Mediterranean. It will also, because that ship is 14 years old, which means it's pushing the big 1.5. For those of you who aren't into cruising, don't know a lot about cruising, maybe you haven't been on a cruise, maybe you're just checking out this channel to see what cruising is all about, perfect spot to be. So like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on. See, I find another place to get that right on in there. But if you're here to learn about cruising, it's a perfect place to be. Every 5 years, by law, the cruise ships have to go in and get safety inspected and refurbished. So that's why the big 1.5 is a big deal for Allure of the Seas, because it has to go in for a refurbishment while it is in Spain. So there you have it. Another 3 and 4 day cruise on a Oasis class ship on Royal Caribbean. So if you have, let me put it this way. If you are watching the channel and you have been on an Oasis class ship on a 3 or 4 day cruise, please comment down below. Let me know. You don't even have to come back to this video. You can come back to this video and comment, or you can just go to my latest video and comment and say, hey, I've been on an Oasis class ship, I've been on a 3 day, or I've been on a 4 day, and let me know how satisfied you are with what you saw on that ship on a 3 or 4 day cruise. because I have seen an Oasis class ship, not like been on one, but I have seen one. When me and my family did our 21-day cruise, basically just staying on the same ship forever is what we did. But when we did that, we ate breakfast on disembarkation day in the restaurant, and we were in the back of the restaurant, the big picture windows. And my son turned around to see what was behind us because I had just opened the curtains. And my son turned around and goes, "Whoa, Dad!" He goes, "Look at that ship." And it was an Oasis class ship. And it was when they first brought them into Galveston. I do believe it was Freedom of the Sea. I could be wrong, but I would say that it was Freedom of the Sea back then. This was before the pandemic, right? And he goes, "Can we go on that ship, Dad?" I said, "Sure." I said, "When we get home, I will book next spring break on that ship." So I got home. I booked the cruise. It was going to be my family's first Royal Caribbean cruise. The day before we were to leave for Galveston, driving around, I got an email, important notice from Royal Caribbean. I was like, just a standard email with information about embarkation or when to come to the port or whatever. You know, those important information that they send you. All cruise lines do it. You just stop reading. I don't know why. No, really, you don't. You look at them just in case it is important information like your cruise is not going to take place. And so I opened the email, and the email said, "Stop! Don't come to the port. Your cruise is canceled. Thanks to COVID-19. And that's actually what it said. It said, as of tomorrow, March whatever, cruising will cease operation around the world, and all cruise ships will be disembarked as they reach their disembarkation point, and no further cruises will be embarked. So show up if you want to." We got a surprise for you. So, told you I got stories, folks. 24 years of cruising, 25 years of cruising. I have stories, and I will just pepper these videos with my little stories. So stick around, like and subscribe so you can keep hearing 25 years of cruising stories, one story at a time, just peppered in, just down the road. Just it may take me 25 years to tell all these stories. I don't know. We'll see. They just come to mind. So, like and subscribe. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Oatly, and I'm going to ask you if you would please subscribe to the channel. It would make me so happy, and I would smile instead of have this frown on my face. So please, if you would not mind, like and subscribe to the channel.
All right, folksy do. Here's cruise story number 2, just for you. Don't ask me where that just came from, but I'm gonna start using that. Folksy do. Here's a cruise story just for you. Do. Well, going down to the zoo. All right, starting in January of 2025, folks. If you haven't booked this cruise, I'm sure it's probably booked up. And, well, if you want to go on this cruise, it's going to cost you 36,000 little $1 bills. So Holland America will introduce 15 new shows on the Grand World Voyage and the Grand Voyage pole to pole. Now, if anybody wants to donate $36,001 bills to Uncle Randy so he can go on the cruise, I'll let you know which one I want to go on. Probably the pole to pole. I just like saying it like that. Pole to pole. The shows will debut throughout the months-long journey on both cruises. That's months. I did not say month. I said months with an S. Multiple months. because, folks, this stuff is going to go probably about 6 months. 6 months, I would say, because it's going to be a world cruise. So the Grand Voyage will showcase a cast of 8 talented singers and dancers performing 15 new shows. And trust me, if you're going to be on a cruise ship for 6 months or more, you're definitely going to need some new shows to watch. Each show will have a unique theme and include tributes to pop and rock legends such as Carole King, the Carpenters, the Eagles, and Fleetwood Mac. For all you little Stevie Nicks fans out there, Fleetwood Mac. The titles will include The Sounds of Summer, Solid Gold, Crossroads. I would think a show called Crossroads would be more like an Eric Clapton type thing. More than I'm assuming Crossroads is probably going to fit in with the Eagles, but I would say it was be more of a Eric Clapton type thing if I was. And I only found out about Eric Clapton because of the whole Say No to Drugs campaign back when I was in high school, back in the 80s. They had the Say No to Drugs, the, what was that? RAD? Is that what they called it? Yeah, Rock Against Drugs. All this stuff. And the police officer came to our school, and in our auditorium, he did this whole production thing going on the slide projector about drugs and what the effects of them are on you. And his opening song was Cocaine by Eric Clapton. And of course, folks, back then, for those of you who are after the internet, I'll throw this in. Back then, we didn't have Google. So you had to do other ways of finding out information. You had to do real research to find out stuff. And so I found out who sang that song Cocaine because I thought that was just like an awesome song during his presentation. I really didn't listen to his presentation. I just kept thinking about that song. I was like, man, that dude is cool. I wonder who sings that. And I found out it was Eric Clapton. I became an Eric Clapton fan. So if you want to get high, I better not sing because I hate to get like some kind of copyright infringement that I don't deserve just because I got this song in my head now. And I can sing it too. It don't lie, it don't lie. No. So anyways, anybody who is younger than the internet that's watching this video who probably just found out about Eric Clapton for the first time and is like, hey, that sounds like a pretty cool song. It's going to go look up the song Cocaine. And who knows, maybe that thing's going to start streaming. You watch, that thing's going to start climbing the charts on freaking Pandora, and it's all going to be thanks to me and this YouTube channel. So, Eric Clapton, you can thank me later with 36,000 little $1 bills. I appreciate it. I mean, you don't have to stop at 36,000. You can just keep going. So, I'm talking about Holland America, ain't I? All right, anyways. So Holland America Line has never introduced this many shows at one time. The Grand Voyage are the longest itineraries that they offer, and it's important to keep entertainment fresh for our returning guests, and the new shows are a diverse collection of music genres to appeal to a wide variety of tastes. So I don't know if they're calling them returning guests like these World Voyages guests, because they're not returning. They're technically captives because they're not going anywhere for 6 months except pole to pole, of course. So, and diverse collection of musical genres. They say diverse collection of musical genres. Maybe they got more stuff that they just didn't release in the press release, because they got Carole King and the Carpenters, the Eagles, and Fleetwood Mac. That's not very diverse. I mean, it's all like the same genre of rock, and it's all 1970s. So, but anywho, the 15 new shows will feature headline entertainment and performers sourced locally and mixed in with the Holland America production shows and the resident musicians, including the classical trio, the dance band on both ships. Now, I do like the classical trios on the ships. I really do. Like if they was at the mall, or if they were like performing at the Performing Arts or something, I wouldn't go see them. I really wouldn't. I would not go see them. But on a cruise ship, I don't know why. I don't know if it's just something about the cruise itself, being on the ship, just the classic of it, or maybe something to do with the ocean. I don't know. But I do like a trio on the ocean. Me and my son, we were on, I think, the Carnival Dream. We were walking around the upper atrium area, and I heard him playing. And there was an open couch, and I said, hey, son, I said, you want to sit and watch it? He said, sure. My son was only like 11 or 12 at the time, I think. And we sat and we listened to the Cats Trio. And for those of you who have not heard the Cats Trio on Carnival, they are awesome. Awesome. I hope they move over to Princess one day. I would love to hear them again. And for those of you who haven't seen my past videos, go watch them. Go binge watch my old videos. You'll find out how much I love Princess. So, anywho, yeah, I do love string quartets. Now, we did have a comedian. I told you in one of my past videos that the comedians on the ship was moved from the back show lounge to the front show lounge because people were complaining because they either couldn't see the show because the show lounge was too packed, or they were having to stand up and they wanted to be able to sit down and watch the show. And so they moved. They made an announcement they would move the comedians to the front show lounge. So the comedian was performing one night. And then for those of you who haven't been on Carnival, the atrium and the show lounge they are like real close to each other. The only thing that separates them is like a bank of 6 elevators. That's it. Bank of 6 elevators and some stairs. And the stairs are really like in line of the hallway of the theater. For those of you who've been on Carnival know what I'm talking about. And you're like, yeah. But a lot of people, I'm just assuming some people haven't been on Carnival. So, anywho, he was performing. And all of a sudden, he stopped his performance. And he says, does anybody hear that? He's like, does anybody hear violins? He's like, I'm hearing violins. So he's like, I'm just want to know if anybody else hears that. Because if the ship is sinking, I want to know. I haven't heard no announcements. And he goes, for those of you who haven't seen Titanic, he said, when Titanic was sinking, the band continued to play while the ship was sinking. The band went down with the ship while people were evacuating. And it was funny. 2 people got up and walked out. And the comedian, he was like, sir, ma'am, don't leave. He's like, I'm only joking. It's a comedy show. And they kept walking. They just kept walking out. And we was all laughing because he was freaking out because he heard the violins. And some other people said they could hear him too. I'm deaf, so I couldn't hear nothing. And so anyways, the next day my son comes and he finds me on the ship. He is dying laughing like he's about to fall over on the floor. His gut is hurting so bad. He's like, Dad. He says, you remember those 2 people that got up from the theater last night and walked out? I was like, yeah. He says, I just overheard people talking that then people got so freaked out that they went back to their cabins, got their life jackets, came back to the atrium and was sitting in the atrium when the show let out. And some people saw them and they was telling the story that these people were waiting. They were so freaked out they had their life jackets on and they were waiting to abandon the ship. So, anyways, oh, that's funny. Oh my God, that's funny. I told you I got stories. I got stories, folks. I got stories. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe. Turn the notification bell on. I found another spot. So anywho, guest chefs specializing in the cuisine of the region where the ship is sailing will join the select segments of the grand voyage to share their culinary expertise. The chef will offer live cooking demonstrations for guests to participate in and for information. That I think is cool. That I really think is cool. Like me and my wife next year for our 10th anniversary, she wants to go to Greece. And we have both tossed around the idea of taking Celestial Cruises. For those of you who do not know, Celestial Cruises is a cruise line that only cruises Greece. It's not like the American cruise lines that go to all different, United States, Australia, Japan. No. They only, Mediterranean, they only do Greece. That's it. They're a Greek cruise line. They only do Greece. They specialize in Greece. And I want to do that cruise line because of that, because I want an authentic Greek experience while I'm in Greece. And we tossed around that idea. It's either that, a 7-day on that, or, of course, a 14-day on Princess. But we're really thinking about doing that. And I think that's a cool idea right there. I really do. Just because I would do celestial cruises just to get that authentic Greek experience while I'm cruising around Greece. So, their cuisine will also be featured at an exclusive reservation-only Pinnacle Grill, which I have not tried Holland America. I have not tried the Pinnacle Grill, but like and subscribe and turn that notification bell on so when I do try the Pinnacle Grill in January of 2026 aboard Holland America New Amsterdam, I'll try to bring it to you live. I will try to bring that to you live while on board this ship. But if I can't, I will make a video. I will post a video. So like and subscribe. Watch my videos all the way for the next 1.5 years. So when I post my Pinnacle Grill video, you will be there to see it. Whether it's live or whether it's Memorex. You'll be able to see it. All right. So that was my Holland America plug for January of 2026 while we go to beautiful Hawaii. Stay tuned. Lots of great videos coming out, folks. Lots of great videos coming out. Like, subscribe, turn the notification bell on. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Share it with your coworkers. Share it with perfect strangers. Just share it. Share it on Facebook. Woo! I feel like a pastor. I feel like I'm preaching. I'm preaching the gospel of Holland America. Woo! Get me worked up now. I'm going to go get my robe on. Get out my good book. My Holland America itinerary catalog. We're gonna do this thing. We're gonna do this thing. So let's get back to this, Randy. Signature appetizers and the main dishes from guest chefs are highlighted in the dining room menu. Now I kind of hope they do like Carnival does, like Carnival on Carnival Jubilee. They feature an item every night on the dining room menu that comes from the specialty restaurants. You can try a specialty dish, one dish per night from a specialty restaurant, either like Shebang or Emerald, and it's just to get you to be like, oh God, this is good. We're going to go eat Emerald tomorrow night. I'm speaking from personal experience. Because I did that. I didn't go eat Emerald. No. But I did try the egg rolls that were featured on the dining room menu for Emerald. They were like Cajun shrimp egg rolls or something like that. But they were delicious. I am not going to lie. They were the best I have ever had. Whew! Man, just thinking about those. Anyways, also available will be activities, of course, which will be dance classes, ballroom classes, ballet classes, art classes, watercolor painting, origami classes, and of course the ever popular sport that has for some reason taken over the entire world, and tennis courts around the world, and is being featured on cruise ships and river cruises around the world. You guessed it, world famous pickleball. That's right, they're going to have pickleball. Like that's any shocker to anybody. You want to shock me and tell me pickleball will be outlawed. Outlawed pickleball. So, in 2025, it will be the Zooterdam. It will be doing a 124-day Grand World Voyage round trip from Fort Lauderdale, starting on January the 24th. Woo! Round trip from Fort Lauderdale, folks. So you can fly into Fort Lauderdale, get a round trip from Fort Lauderdale, because that ship is leaving Fort Lauderdale, coming back to Fort Lauderdale 124 days later. Or you can just be dropped off by friends or family and say, be back in 124 days. Don't forget me, because they're going to forget you in 124 days. And by then they're going to have a tombstone and some flowers and be like, rest in peace. And then you're going to call them and wonder to them for this, be like, where y'all at? Be like, where you at? I'm at the port. Ah, that's right. We did drop you off at the port. Okay. Anyways, it's gonna visit 49 ports in 30 countries and 6 continents. The second ship will be the Volendam, which will be 133-day grand voyage, pole to pole, folks. It will also be a round trip from Fort Lauderdale. It will depart on the 25th day of January in the year of our Lord, 2025. And it is going to sail the coast of South America, Antarctica, and then up to the Arctic for a total of 69 ports, 5 continents, and 26 countries. That sounds awesome. It really does. I do want to do a world cruise. I don't know anybody in the world of cruising who does not want to do a world cruise. Well, that's like everybody's bucket list thing right there. The bucket list thing is the world cruise. And I can tell you, I don't think anybody does it like Holland America, honestly. Yeah, they got that segment pretty much. I mean, I know Royal Caribbean's getting into it now. Some other people are, I think Virgin's launching a world cruise. But yeah, Holland America, I think, are probably the kings of the castle on that one. So anyways, hey, thank you for watching. I love you all. I really do. Y'all are great. Y'all just keep me excited. Y'all keep me happy. This is like the best hobby I have ever had. I love y'all. Until next time, stay safe, stay blessed. Tune in tomorrow where I'll be bringing you more cruise news. Now, for cruise news story number 3. Now, I told you, this is going to get me excited. I told you yesterday, this is going to get me excited. I said, I wish we had some information on Galveston, Texas. And guess what? Today is the day, folks. The Galveston Wharves has released the traffic management plan for the upcoming 4th cruise terminal in Galveston, Texas, set to open in 2025. That's all the information I need to know. They are talking about who? MSC! That's correct. Whoever just said that out there in TV land, that's right. MSC. So, before building CT10, they commissioned a traffic study. That's why I haven't seen no construction going on. There ain't no construction going on. I know y'all are like, man, he is the most country talking dude on YouTube. Well, maybe not the most country talking, because I've seen some pretty country talking people on YouTube. But I don't know. Them Louisiana people got me beat, folks. If you want a good laugh, okay, I'm from the South. I'm from Texas. I'm next door to Louisiana. Like an hour and a half, you're in Louisiana. And them people will make me laugh. I love watching Louisiana, especially them Creole people. Them Creole people, woo! Ha! Yeah, I love watching them. Anyways, they have completed the study and recommend on-site parking, personnel to manage the curbside traffic, and separate curbside area for embarkation and disembarkation. Pretty much what they got going on at Royal Caribbean, I believe. Because the Royal Caribbean terminal, you go in and you turn and you drop off your people and your luggage and you pull out, and then you can come around to a separate gate, bloop, take your ticket, the arm goes up, you find a parking spot out in the huge parking area. Or you pull in a different way and you bloop, take your ticket and you go find parking in the huge parking area. Pretty simple. The Royal Caribbean terminal is, well, it was made for this. The Carnival terminal and the other terminal that Princess and NCL and Disney use were not made for cruise ship traffic. at all. At all, folks. There's no parking. You pull in. You have to go past the Carnival terminal if you want to get to the other terminal. It's a